Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Raw Radiant Health, and I'm Natasha, and it is Friday. We love Friday. It's the end of the week, and here in Montreal the weather is getting much better. So we're starting to feel some sunshine and some summer weather, and it's good. And I'm actually going to be doing a little bit of gardening today. It's like halfway through the season and I'm finally starting, but it's better late than never. So today, since it is Friday, I decided that I want to leave you guys with some more tips on how to have, how to maintain your healthy diet, whether it's 100% raw, whether it's a high raw diet, whether it's whole food diet, whatever diet it is, how to maintain it, because I think that most people can agree with me, the weekends are sometimes quite difficult. Weekends is time of socializing, things like that, that sometimes people fall into temptation, or they're just surrounded by things that sort of push them over the edge. So last week I talked a little bit about having a prepared kitchen, and about making sure that your kitchen is well stocked and you've got an abundance of food, things like that. And what I want to talk about today is about recipes and dishes. I think for me, the number one thing that helped me in the beginning especially, and even now and forever, is actually knowing different raw food recipes that kind of, these dishes hit the spot. These dishes are like my favorite dishes. And the only way of knowing that is by trying it out. And it's great to know how to chop up some fruit and make a salad, but it's important too to know a few savory dishes and a few dessert dishes, because you never know. There might come that point where you're like craving something super garlicky and savory and heavy, like some sort of seed dip or spread, or like a nut cheese or something. Like you should know how to make these things, because there might come a point where you just need something a little bit heavier. And the opposite of that is also knowing how to make some beautiful raw desserts, because there's going to come a point where watermelon's great, but you might be craving again something that's a little bit heavier and not as water dense, or just something that reminds you of some time ago, of something you once had or something someone made. And also just not feeling deprived, right? So I feel it's really important to do research and take the time out, like have fun, go and like surf the net. There's so many like recipes on the internet, it's ridiculous, and it's free. That, and also, if you want to buy some raw food recipe books, there's so many good ones out there. And I mean, this is an investment in yourself, like, and these recipe books are going to be with you forever and ever, and you can give them away, or you can keep them, or it's a reference. It's perfect. And this is good because you might eat simply, but one day you might have someone come over for dinner and you want to make them a raw meal and you don't know what to do. So it's important to have these recipes around and to try them out. Most important is to try them out, like every week. Do a new recipe. Try something new. Because the more that you know what you can possibly make and what's available out there, the better off you are. Because then when you have a craving for something, you know exactly what to feed yourself. And that's being prepared. And that's being like, it's almost like one step ahead. And therefore you're not going to like fall back, and you're not going to be at a point where you give in to temptation. So my suggestion is not only to know the recipes and to have at least, I'd say at least 5 dishes that you know how to prepare and that you know are good. But also to know the different types of dishes, like certain things how to make that might take a while, like dehydrating things and soaking nuts and sprouting things, to know that. But also to know those things that you can whip up in literally less than a minute. Like for me, something that is sweet, a heavy sweet that I crave, a fast, easy thing is having like a little piece of date with a pecan. My favorite. my favorite thing. It takes me literally 5 seconds to put together. I just grab a date and grab a pecan, smush it together, and eat it. You know, and I'm not going to go overboard with it. I have a few of it, and I feel great. You know, so those are times when I'm craving like something just a little bit more substantial, something a little heavier, and something that just really hits that spot that I need. So I find it's important to know like what you can do really quickly and what might take a little bit of time, and try these different things out. And so you're always prepared for like any time you need something. And the same with savory things. Like, you know, it's good to know how things taste together, you know, that you can just throw together like a few seeds and a bit of lemon, a little bit of garlic, some onion, put all of that in a food processor, whip it up together, and you got like a pate. Easy, like literally 5 minutes. So then there's no excuses to like, you know, why you fell off when, you know, you got these things like at your fingertips and you know how to do it. So that's what I just want to leave you with, is to really like, I don't know, put out a goal that once a week you try a new recipe, or once a month if it's like, you know, you press a chime. But really try different things out, because I just find it's like the more things that I know how to prepare, like the more confident I feel in what I'm doing, and the more I feel like, you know, this is easy and this is fun. I found in the beginning when I didn't know anything, I felt very limited, you know, and then when I did try a recipe, it was like, wow, like, you know, raw food could actually taste good, and it doesn't have to be something that's really plain. So that's what I'm going to leave you with this weekend, and I wish you guys a fabulous, fantastic weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Bye!